Marhaba, today I want to show you how to make this decadent, dense, semolina based cake that we call Harissa. First, we'll just combine our dry ingredients. 2 parts semolina, 1 part coconut, 1 part sugar, and here I have a teaspoon of baking powder. To our dry ingredients, we're going to add a pinch of salt, no more than a 1/4 teaspoon if you're measuring this out. Stir to combine. Okay. Once our dry ingredients have been combined, we're going to go ahead and add our wet ingredients. Now, ghee is basically just clarified butter. That means it's butter basically without any liquid. So it's going to be a little solid like this at room temperature. If you zap it in the microwave for a few seconds or put some warm water on the outside of the bowl, it'll melt right up. Okay, next we'll add our yogurt. Make sure to use regular, plain, unsweetened, full-fat yogurt. None of that fat-free nonsense. All right, once our wet and our dry ingredients are well mixed together and incorporated, you're gonna get a batter that looks a little something like this. It's quite thick, almost putty-like, but that's the consistency we're looking for. So we're gonna go ahead and grease our baking tray. You can use some semne or the ghee if you like, or you can actually just use a little bit of tahini and grease it that way, because tahini is simply the ground up sesame seeds, which is very oily. This will also give a little bit of a nutty flavor to the bottom of our harissa. Right, now that we've greased our baking tray, we can go ahead and add our harissa batter to the tray. I made a very small batch of harissa today, and it doesn't quite fill up my 1/4 sheet tray here. This was 1 cup of semolina, and then 1/2 cup of the other ingredients. If you want to make and use a 9x13 kind of standard size pan, you probably want to up the recipe to 4 cups semolina and then 2 cups of the rest of the ingredients. Just keep the ratios the same. 2 parts semolina, 1 part sugar, 1 yogurt, 1 ghee, 1 coconut. So before we pop this into a 350-degree oven, we are going to slice it into little diamond shapes or diagonally, which is a traditional slicing pattern. It's just to give you a pattern to cut after it cooks, so don't worry if it doesn't seem to be staying in place too much. Lastly, as a bit of decoration, we're gonna put a few almond slivers on each slice. As Chef John would say, we'll give it the old tappa tappa. And then we can stick that in a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, really until the top becomes golden. Hey Google, set a timer for 20 minutes. Meanwhile, while our harissa is baking in the oven, we're going to make a simple syrup. So to do that, you just want to take equal parts water and equal parts sugar. So in here I've got a cup of water and a cup of sugar. We'll bring that to the boil, let it cook through and heat up for about 5 minutes or so. And then we're going to add a squeeze of lemon juice and a little bit of rosewater. Alrighty, so our harissa just came out of the oven. I broiled it from the top for about a minute or so to give it this nice golden color on the top. I have here my simple syrup, and we're just gonna pour it right on top of the hot harissa. And you can see it's just instantly absorbing all of that syrup, or as we call it in Arabic, atr. So we're gonna go ahead and let our harissa rest for at least 15 minutes, just so all of that atr, all of that simple syrup gets absorbed into the cake itself. All right, here's our ridiculously decadent harissa, just a very dense, sugary, rich semolina coconut cake. You wanna have this with tea or coffee. It sort of really melts in your mouth. You can see how sort of moist and rich it is as soon as I break into it with a fork. It's basically just falling apart. I hope you enjoyed this decadent harissa recipe, and as we say in Syria, Sahtain. That's what I'm talking about right there. I gotta make some tea. If you like this decadent harissa recipe, make sure to hit that subscribe and bell notification icon. I come out with new videos every week.